Scroll through your phone right now. Look at the number next to your contacts. 500, 1,000, maybe more. You have hundreds of friends online. You can name your followers by the dozen. And yet, if you're honest with yourself, the number of people you would actually call at 3 a.m. is small. Painfully small. But the real answer is far stranger than loneliness. The reason isn't your personality. It isn't your busy schedule. It's a hard ceiling carved into the architecture of your brain, set in place long before phones, before cities, before farming. Your skull is running prehistoric software, and that software has a limit. That limit has a number. The number is around 150. In the early 1990s, a British anthropologist named Robin Dunbar was studying primates, not humans, monkeys and apes. He noticed something odd. The bigger the social group an animal lived in, the bigger one specific part of its brain tended to be: the neocortex, the outer layer that handles complex thought. It made a strange kind of sense. Keeping track of relationships is hard work. Who is friends with whom? Who owes who a favor? Who can be trusted? And who betrayed you last season? The more individuals in your group, the more of these invisible threads you have to hold in your head at once. So Dunbar did something simple. He took the relationship between brain size and group size in monkeys and apes. Then he plugged in the size of the human neocortex. He asked the math a question. How big a group is the human brain actually built to handle? The answer came back. Roughly 150. That number now carries his name. Dunbar's number. And here is where it stops being a chart and starts being your life. 150 isn't the number of faces you can recognize. You can recognize thousands. It isn't the number of names you can memorize. It's something more intimate. It is the number of people with whom you can maintain a stable, meaningful relationship. The people you would feel comfortable joining uninvited at a table. The people inside your circle, not outside it. Beyond that number, the connections don't vanish, they thin, they flatten into acquaintances, into names without weight. Why 150 though? Why not 50? Why not 5,000? To understand the ceiling, you have to understand where it was built. For roughly 95% of human history, your ancestors lived in small bands, hunter-gatherers. Groups that again and again across the globe hovered right around that same size. When Dunbar and others looked at the records, the pattern kept surfacing. The average size of a hunter-gatherer clan, the number of people in early farming villages before they split apart, even the basic fighting unit of the Roman army, the size of a company in many modern militaries. All of them cluster near 150. This wasn't a coincidence. It was the sweet spot, big enough that the group could hunt large game, defend itself, and survive a bad winter, small enough that everyone still knew everyone. In a band of 150, there were no strangers. There was no need for written laws, no police, no contracts. Social control happened through reputation, through gossip, through the simple fact that everyone could see everyone and remember. Your brain was forged in that world. For 200,000 years, that was the entire scope of human society. A face you saw was a face you knew. A favour given was a favour remembered. The whole machinery of your social mind, the part that lights up when a friend smiles and clenches when you're excluded, was tuned for a village. And then, in a flash of evolutionary time, the village disappeared. You don't live in a band of 150 anymore. You live in a city of millions. You walk past more strangers in a single morning than your ancestors met in a lifetime. Your phone connects you to thousands. Your feed shows you the faces of people on the other side of the planet. But your brain didn't get the update. It is still running the village software. And here is the strange part. It still thinks all those faces matter. The researcher who first described this called it something haunting. Your brain treats the people on your screen as if they are part of your tribe. The celebrity you watch every night. The influencer whose breakfast you've seen 400 times. The voice in your headphones during every commute. To the ancient circuitry inside you, these are not strangers. They feel like members of your group, people you know, people who, in any sane version of the world, would know you back. They don't, and some quiet part of you feels the imbalance, even if you can't name it. This is the Dunbar effect playing out in the modern world. You are pouring your limited social capacity, your precious 150 slots, into people who will never fill the chair across from you. Every parasocial bond, every one-sided connection, occupies space that evolution reserved for someone real. So what does the structure actually look like inside that 150? Dunbar found it isn't one flat circle, it's a series of rings, each one larger and looser than the last. At the very centre, a tiny core, around 3 to 5 people, your closest, the ones whose bad day becomes your bad day. Just outside them, a ring of about 15, good friends, people you'd grieve. Then a ring of 50, friends you'd invite to a party. And finally, the full 150, the people you'd recognise, greet warmly, ask about by name. Each ring demands something to maintain it. Time, attention, presence, and the currency is brutally finite. Every hour you spend deepening one bond is an hour you cannot spend on another. This is why a new best friend so often means an old one quietly drifts. You didn't stop caring, you ran out of room. Have you ever felt that ache? The friend you swore you'd never lose touch with, now just a name that flickers past in a feed. That isn't failure, that is the math. Now sit with what the modern world is doing to those rings. The most precious, the innermost circle of 3 to 5 is where your deepest well-being lives, the people you can be silent with. And those are exactly the bonds that take the most maintenance, the most time, the most uninterrupted presence. They are also the easiest to neglect because they forgive you. They wait. Meanwhile, the looser outer connections, the acquaintances and the strangers and the faces on the screen, demand nothing and offer the cheap, constant hum of contact. A like, a comment, a notification. It feels like connection. It scratches the social itch, but it's filling your rings with weightless names, while the heavy, life-giving core thins out from neglect. This is the trap. You can feel surrounded and still be starving. There's a deeper sting hidden in Dunbar's work, one that researchers studying loneliness keep circling back to. We're more connected than any humans who have ever lived, and reported loneliness, in study after study, keeps climbing. The paradox only dissolves when you remember the number. Connection was never about reach. It was never about how many faces you could touch. It was about depth, about the few who truly hold you. Your ancestors had no choice but to invest deeply. There were only 150 of them. They couldn't scroll past someone. They couldn't swap a friend for a stranger's highlight reel. Every relationship was scarce, and scarcity made it real. You have been handed something they never had: infinite reach, and it is quietly costing you the very thing they had in abundance: depth. So here is the question the number leaves you holding. Not how many people do you know? Your brain already answered that, and the answer is around 150, whether you like it or not. The real question is the one Dunbar's rings force you to ask. Of those 150, who is in your innermost 3? When did you last give them an hour with no screen between you? Scroll through your phone right now. Look at the number next to your contacts. It was never the number that mattered. It was the handful at the very center, the ones who would answer at 3 a.m. They are the whole point. And they are waiting for you to remember that your brain only ever had room for them.